Hey, what's up, y'all? Today, let's learn how to tie the bowline knot, also known as the king of knots. The reason some people call it the king of knots or the best knot is mainly for 4 specific reasons. Number 1, super easy to tie. Almost anybody can learn how to do it in just a few minutes. Second reason being, it's very strong and weight bearing. It's pretty strong. Third reason being, it's very versatile. You can use it for many different things. You can get creative with it. And lastly, it's really easy to untie as well. So what the bowline knot does is it creates a fixed loop at the end of your cord. So you're not going to be tying it in the middle of the cord or anything like that. It'll be at the end of the cord, and it creates a fixed loop, which means this knot isn't going to slide up or down. It's wherever you tie it, that's where it's staying, and it becomes weight bearing. So at the end of the video, I'll go over some uses, how to use the bowline knot, some applications for it, give you some ideas. What we'll do next is I'll show you how to tie the bowline knot. Without further ado, let's jump in. Now to tie the bowline knot, find the end of your cord and create a loop. You're going to loop the right side, the end of your cord, over onto the end of your rope. It's very important that the end side is the side that's on top. Where it crosses over here, you don't want it to be flip. And now what you're going to do, and pinch that loop, you take the rest of your cord, the end, and pass it up around the back, and then back through that same hole so that it's next to itself. You pinch that, and then you just tighten it up. And there's your bowline knot. And then to untie the bowline knot, find the end of your line, and you're almost going to push it back out. Another good way to remember it is you create your loop, bring your hand underneath, pinch that loop. The rabbit at the end, the rabbit comes out of his hole, around the tree, and back down his hole. Then you just pinch the 2 lines and pull it tight. And then to untie it, you just pull that first line out. Good to go. If you're left-handed, this might be a little easier. So now we've got the end of the cord on the left-hand side. Create a loop. And it's still very important that the end of the rope is what's on top, right here, where they cross over. The end of the rope is on top. Pinch that loop. Rabbit comes out of his den, goes around the tree, back down in his den. All right, now that we know how to tie the bowline knot, let's go over some uses, how you would actually use it in camp or in the wilderness or things like that. But before I do, I just wanted to say I really appreciate everything y'all have done. The amount of support shown has been mind-blowing. I truly appreciate it, and I really hope you guys like this stuff. If you have any suggestions or if there's something specific that you wanted to learn, write those down in the comments for me. I'll read them, and I'll do what I can with the limited amount of time that I have, but I'd love to teach you guys the things that you want to learn, you know. So let's go over some uses. One of the things you can do with the bowline knot is actually connect two ropes together to make a longer rope if you need it, for like a ridge line or something like that. So step one is to create your bowline in the first cord. Make sure it's tight, and then you'll take your second line, pass it through the loop. And now this is the tricky part. You want to make sure to create your loop in your second cord behind your first cord, where it can still slide back behind the loop. That way when you tie the knot, it doesn't get mixed up in it. So now you just tie your bowline knot, bring it up and over, back down, and then tighten that back up. Now you've got two bowline knots connected by their loops, and that's a secure line. That's not going anywhere. Another good trick is to just simply tie your bowline knot, pass the line around the tree and through the loop itself, and pull it taut. And then you could use this for all kinds of things: hammocks, tents, tarps, clothesline. All you have to do is tie it around the other side and you're good to go. Also, if you need to carry some firewood, lay your loop down just like that. Grab your firewood. Kindling, anything you want to carry in like a bundle, and lay that bundle just right on top. And then just like with the tree, pass your line through your loop, pull it taut, and now you've got a bundle. Another great use for the bowline knot is to secure a tarp or a tent down. So what you can do is you take your stake. Most of them have little notches or a loop or something like that. You just take your loop from the bowline knot, wrap it around there, pull the line taut away from your tent or tarp, and then hammer that stake down into the ground, and you're good to go. Oh, that was cool. Now, the bowline knot may not be the most ideal knot for every scenario, but it's very versatile, and you can almost make it work for you in whatever situation you want to. And there's probably hundreds of other uses for the bowline knot, but I obviously can't show you every single one of them. But for the most part, it's up to you to get creative and figure out how you want to use it for whatever situation you may be in. It's one of my all-time favorite knots. It's the first real knot I ever learned how to tie, other than my shoes probably. And again, thank you all so very much. I truly appreciate all of your love and support. I really hope this helped you. I really hope what I'm doing inspires you guys. It teaches you some new things, and I'm loving the journey so far. Again, if you have suggestions, leave them down in the comments for me. If you want to follow my journey, follow your own journey along with me, then subscribe, and I'll be putting out more content as quickly as I can. Other than that, let's do this. God bless y'all.